Yeah, hi, this is Scott Dudley from Funnel Fella Radio, and we're up to podcast episode number 7 today. And I'm switching it up a little bit, as rather than looking at split testing and funnel optimization, we're actually taking a bit of a look at some copywriting stuff today. And the way I look at it is that one of the hardest parts of writing copy is staring at a blank page, freaking out and wondering what you're going to write, and also how to structure your copy so that it ends up in as a logical, persuasive piece that turns interested prospects into buyers. It's a lot harder than it sounds, but whether you're writing a short landing page or a long form sales letter, it's still very challenging if you've got nothing or no idea how to get started or what angle to use to base the sales letter around. And it's easy to end up with writer's block, and you can spend a whole day doing nothing. So with that in mind, I wanted to share an excellent new copywriting book that anybody who's interested in online business and conversions, they really should be devouring and getting stuck into. And the book is called The 16-Word Sales Letter by Evaldo, I think it's pronounced Albuquerque, as in the place in America. And so this is it here, the 16-Word Sales Letter, a proven method of writing multi-million-dollar copy faster than you ever thought possible. So this is a relatively short book. I think it's about 70 or 80 pages. And it's interesting that it's showing up in Australian dollars as $35.63, because when I purchased this about a month ago, it was actually about $130. And $130 for a book sounds ridiculous, but I can tell you that it was worth every cent. And for $35.63, it's an absolute steal. So the book is based around a simple formula that has created over 100,000 front-end customers and also $80 million worth of sales for Agora Financial, and that's just in 2018 alone. So who knows what they did in 2019 and what they'll do this year. But I mean, that's pretty conclusive proof that this, not only Evaldo, but also the formula itself is worth paying attention to. So I'm just going to very briefly run through the formula so that you can get an outline of how it works. So it starts off with defining one belief, and then you answer 10 questions. So there's quite a few books that I've read in the past that have made it clear that any persuasive piece of writing should really be based around one belief and not multiple beliefs. Because if you start adding multiple things that you want the customer to believe in that are not really related, then it loses the strength and the power of the argument. So, what's his name? Michael Masterson's book, Great Leads, that's a classic example where he makes it very clear that it's extremely important to base your sales letter around just the one single belief. And the whole idea behind that one belief is that this is the one thing that you need your prospect to believe to get them into a buying mode. And it's really the one thing that you base the entire promotion or sales letter or landing page, whatever you want to call it, around. You base it around this one thing. So then as for the 10 questions, let's run through the 10 questions that follow up from that one belief. So the first question is, how is this different from anything else I've ever seen? Because obviously if it's pretty much the same sort of thing as what most people have already seen, then it sort of loses its appeal, and the brain is wired to be far more attracted and interested in things that it hasn't seen before. So if you're offering something that is pretty much the same as what the mainstream is offering and what the average person has already seen, then it's going to significantly reduce your chances of holding the prospect's attention. So you want to position the product or service as something completely different and unique. So question number 2, what's in it for me? The good old WII-FM, W-I-I-F-M, what's in it for me? So obviously there needs to be some, rather than basically just talking about yourself and how you can get the prospect to buy, you've got to go into detail about the main benefit of what's actually in it for the prospect. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but a lot of people skip that part of it. And it's very important that early in the sales letter, you make it very clear why they should even bother reading the sales letter. Question number 3, how do I know this is real? Well, that's all a question about trust and credibility. If the prospect doesn't believe that what you're offering is real, then obviously they're not going to go any further. I mean, if they think that the claims that you're making are false, or if what you're offering is impossible, then they're not going to take action. They're going to quickly discount the offer as being a scam or something that, you know, they're not interested in. So it's important to get that credibility and to show them that what you're offering is actually real. Question number 4, what's holding me back? So this gets back to the problem agitation solution sort of principle that's been used for years in copywriting. What is the problem, the main problem that, you know, that is stopping them from achieving their dreams or achieving what they're trying to do or to get where they're trying to go? What's that one thing that is, if they could only solve that, then it would allow them to achieve their goal, basically. So that's where it's important early on in the sales letter as well to point out that this is the thing that's stopping you from getting this. And if you can solve that, then you'll be well on your way to achieving the end goal. Question number 5, who or what is to blame? This one is closely related to Blair Warren's one-sentence persuasion course, where one of the main parts of that sentence is to identify the enemies that are stopping you from achieving your goal. So it doesn't have to be a person either. It can be anything. So what is it that they can blame for their predicament? What's a common enemy that's going to get the prospect agreeing and nodding their head and saying, yeah, that's right, it's their fault, or this is the reason why it's not working? So you need to identify who or what is to blame for the previous question of what's holding them back. Question number 6 is all about urgency and scarcity, I guess. Why now? Why should they bother purchasing this product now? Why can't they, wait another 6 to 12 months? Why can't they do it later? It's important to show them that if they don't take action now, then they're going to miss out, or, something will get worse. There needs to be some sort of urgency to get them to take action. Otherwise, if there's not that urgency, and if it's fake urgency or fake scarcity, then that can have the reverse effect as well. So it's got to be a genuine reason why they should actually take action and purchase today. Question number 7 is sort of getting back to question 3, similar to how do I know this is real? This one is, why should I trust you? So this is credibility and proof. So this is where it's important to make it clear why the prospect should trust you. That's where you bring out all of the main reasons why you're a credible source and why people should listen to you. Without tooting your own horn and bragging too much, it's important to let people know that you're not just some person off the street and that you know what you're talking about, and this is why they should trust you. Question number 8 is, how does it work? So that's where you start getting into the details of the product or the service, and explaining how it's going to help them to achieve their objective. So you go into detail, explaining the benefits and basically how the product that you're selling is going to help them. Okay, and then that brings us to question number 9, which is sort of similar to question number 6. Why now? This is another one about urgency. How can I get started? So in most cases, it's just a case of scrolling down to click a button or fill out an order form to purchase a product. But it's important that you, towards the end of the letter, you make it clear what they need to do to purchase the product, because sometimes it's not as obvious as you think it might be. And then question number 10 is, what do I have to lose? So this is basically your last opportunity to motivate people to purchase. I was almost going to say convince them, but you never want to convince, because that just makes you look needy and desperate. But this is where you basically show them that if they don't take action and purchase this product, then nothing will change and they won't achieve this dream or objective that they're really, dying to achieve. So this is where you have to make it clear that if you don't do this, then you're going to get that. And it's up to you. I mean, I don't care. I mean, you wouldn't say this, but you have to make it sound like, I don't care if you purchase or not. But, you'll be the loser if you don't purchase, because you'll be missing out on X. So that's a very quick rundown of the 10 questions that are included in this formula. To get the full scoop on how this works, I would highly recommend purchasing the book. It's one of the most amazing books I've ever written. It's one of the most amazing books I've ever read. And as far as copywriting books go, I would rank this book up there with my 2 other favourite copywriting books, which are Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz and also Great Leads by Michael Masterson. And those 2 books I've read multiple times. I've already read this book twice, and I'm sure I'll read it again, mainly for 2 reasons. First of all, it's such a short book, and secondly, it's the type of book that the more you read it, the more gems and golden nuggets you'll get out of it, and it's just such fantastic information the way it's presented. It's such a simple way of approaching a sales letter, and the way that he explains it makes total sense as well. So if you haven't purchased it yet, and if you are keen to improve your conversions and get better at copywriting, then it really is a must addition to your bookshelf. So that's pretty much all I've got for today. Hopefully you got a bit of value out of that, and we'll catch up on the next episode. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.